Hi, I'm Liz Lumley, and we're here at InsurTech Rising in London. And today I'm speaking to Abhishek Runka. Well
Thank you.
done. I'm very bad at this. IndusNet Technologies. How are you?
That's right.
So you have a panel session today that asks a pretty big question, and that's how do you execute and sustain InsurTech? We don't have all day, but can you answer that in a few minutes?
Yeah, so very quickly, today when you have to really create systems and softwares, which is core to the InsurTech business, you need to kind of keep creating them and you need to keep iterating them, because when you are talking about innovation, you are not starting with a set item what you are trying to create. You are going to create something and see how the consumers react to it, and then you have to iterate and create it, make changes into it, and then you have to continue to do that. And it's a long process, right? So in such a long process, of course, it goes without saying that the investment is also long and it can be quite big at times. So what we do is basically we have helped companies in creating innovation teams which actually execute the innovation ideas in terms of product creation and taking it to the market and then maintaining it at a cost-effective manner. And that is where I think the sustainability of insurance ideas comes from. And second is that, again, I see that lots of companies kind of make big bang announcements that we are going to invest 25 million pounds in insurance. Then again, after 5 years, they say we are going to invest another 10 million pounds in investment. So these cannot be a big bang innovation project. Innovation is something which has to be sustained and which has to be continuous, ongoing. And therefore, you have to have this ongoing partnership. Either you create it internally, or you create with external vendors or partners, or you create with multiple stakeholders, where you are continually thinking through the business, thinking about the challenges of the business, the problems that you are seeing, and the opportunities that you spot. And you have to create solutions around them. And this means that you have to have a machinery which is almost like a software company which continue to do this for you day in and day out. This means you literally need to have a software company within an insurance company today to compete with InsurTech, or even just to survive an insurance business. And that is exactly what we do.
It seems like such a simple concept, this, tiny iterations and pivots and responding to the customer need. It's almost a more sort of risk averse than that big bang insurance investment.
Yeah.
And
strange insurers are doing that big bang, which is risky.
So when you were founding your own company and growing your own company, what were some of the lessons you learned on how to deal with that?
Yes, I mean, again, this company has been around for almost 20 years. One of the biggest lessons that we have learned is that to create a sustainable company, which is also one of the big part of what we did, was that create entry barriers for competitors and create exit barriers for clients. So can you really partner with your clients so deeply that exit is not even on the top of the mind? I mean, it should not be even in the mind.
I know.
Right? It has to be like it's an integrated, combined, one single body and two different businesses. And that's what we have been able to create with our clients. So 85% businesses are retained and only 15% churn across decades, which is great. So that is one. Second is that we have understood at the end of the day, you have to build leadership. You just cannot run the entire business yourself. And once you create more leadership, you can have more focused leaders focusing on specific areas. And that is where you start seeing the growth of the organization. And last but not the least, I think it's very important that the company is customer centric. This means customer has to drive the product or offering that you are creating. I mean, you cannot just dream of a new product or a new service that you are just launching because you feel it's cool. At the end of the day, it's customer who's going to buy it and they are going to pay for it. So are they driving the product creation or they driving the service creation within the organization or not? That's a pertinent question. If they are not doing that and you are just doing it because you just feel that people need it, in that case you are possibly daydreaming.
I love that lesson that you have for startups, that growth is about looking at the customer, delegating your leadership, not looking at an exit. That's all very much taking away from the ego.
Absolutely.
So you mentioned a bit that the insurance industry is still doing these big bang projects. I mean, are they learning lessons now? What more lessons do they need to learn to go down that journey?
So there are some companies which are learning lessons. So for and different people are taking different routes to innovation. I'm not going to say that what's going to work. So we see that certain companies are investing in startups and incubators as an insurance company, so that they can actually have early access to that technology, or they can buy out that company if it succeeds. That's a great model. Unfortunately, there are limitations to what you can do there, because at the end of the day, if you have invested in 10 different systems, 8 of them will die out. for reasons which are nothing to do with sustainability of that offering in the market or the market fitment of that offering. It may be because of a founder issue, it may be because of issues beyond founder's control, but it may not have nothing to do with the market. And in those situations, you actually lose those innovations. How can companies really retain those innovations? Companies are not even looking at that. So when they are investing in innovation, they are not looking at how do you retain those innovations which are being wasted and which are getting lost, and can this be recycled into those companies or those business units which are actually becoming successful, and can we take that and learn a little bit on and give that company that bit of system or software or new ideas which they can take it and make it big.
Offline, we'll have a conversation about corporate venture capital. Another interview.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Eliza.